Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Will Johnson, and this is Right on Focus. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. The world is in total chaos. Events are taking place all over the world. One of the biggest things I want to talk about, of course, is President Trump. He actually broke some news today that took place with Nancy Pelosi and her husband. And for some reason, it's like not all over the news. I'm not seeing it all over the place. Why is that? Now, there was this TV show that I was watching at one point, and I think it was called Billions or Millions or something like that. And what it was is when they were doing insider trading, and they were, doing some corruption, and they were finding out when they need to do the trade. A lot of insider traders, they do that, right? I'm not in the stock market, so I just imagine that, okay, now sell now, buy now, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this was Visa, right, Shannon? Visa has a lawsuit against them. And the day before, I was told it was the day before. I thought Trump said the day before.
No,
It was right before the lawsuit came. Okay, not the day. It's just right before the lawsuit came. Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi sold their stocks. How did they know to sell their stocks right before that took place? Now, we got all this other information happening. We got Mayor Adams in the news. Mayor Adams, they're going after him like no tomorrow. My goodness, Mayor Adams is in deep trouble. And of course, they're going after Mayor Adams supposedly because he did the exact same thing Joe Biden did, the Biden crime family. But you don't hear anything about Joe Biden. See, the reason why they're going after Mayor Adams is because he said something that they don't like. He talked about the border, and he actually gave credit for the border invasion where credit is due to the Biden-Harris campaign or to the Biden-Harris regime. He gave them credit. So he opened his mouth. He actually flew out the country. I'll never forget it because I was wondering, why is he going out of the country? When he flew outside of the country to look at the root cause of this border invasion, he came back. He was tight-lipped. He didn't say anything else about it. He said a couple things and then bam, it was silence because then he was on his way down to D.C. and then he had to turn right back around and go back home. And now all of this is happening. They want to replace him. And actually, I saw a lady. She was doing a report talking about there was 6 other people in his administration that have resigned. 6 different people. What is happening? Something is going down. New York is going down. And all of this, I believe, is being driven by the Democrat Party because they want to replace Mayor Adams, who was actually somewhat fighting against the illegal immigration. He was fighting against some of the stuff that the Democrat Party was doing as a whole. And now they want him out. Well, listen to what President Trump said here. President Trump is talking about the insider trading. If you or I did anything remotely close to what the Pelosi's have done, we would not see the light of day for probably 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is. They would make us disappear. How is it that Nancy Pelosi gets to continue to violate and break the law and nothing happens to her? She probably doesn't care. She probably like, oh, we'll just blow it off. Probably because Nancy Pelosi has so much dirt on so many people, she'll make it go away. Do you think that the feds will ever indict Nancy Pelosi? Probably not. Not until the feds are fired, at least the ones at the top level. Well, listen to President Trump.
But they went in there, and everyone knows they threatened the 25th Amendment. They threatened him with the 25th Amendment. They said, Joe, you're going to get out. And Nancy Pelosi led the charge. And Nancy Pelosi has a little problem because her husband sold their Visa stock. They had a lot of Visa stock one day before Visa was announced that Visa is being sued by the Department of Justice. Think of that. Nancy Pelosi sold vast amounts of Visa stock one day before the big lawsuit that we all read about a few days ago was brought against Visa. You think it was luck? I don't think. She should be prosecuted. Nancy Pelosi should be prosecuted for that. And she should also be prosecuted for J6 because she turned down 10,000 or any number she wanted, soldiers or National Guard. And I hope you all read John Solomon and what John Solomon wrote 2 days ago, because if you read it, you'd see that Donald Trump did absolutely nothing wrong.
So my producer's telling me that Paul Pelosi sold the stocks 3 months out. 3 months out before the lawsuit.
That's according to New York Post.
According to New York Post.
Yeah. Who broke
Did they know about the lawsuit? Was in the working
Absolutely.
3 months before then?
Yes, he was under investigation.
Who was under investigation?
Or I'm sorry, Visa was under investigation.
Visa was under investigation.
Yeah. And then they brought up the antitrust lawsuit. So Pelosi was most likely tipped off that a lawsuit was happening again, or an antitrust lawsuit was happening against Visa, because the Department of Justice was doing an investigation, and she probably told her husband, get out. That's probably what happened. And you're not supposed to do that. You know, she's not supposed to use her position, you know, to tip off people about things that are you know, happening in the stock market.
Yeah, at least you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to, but they do it all the time. Nancy Pelosi has done it for all of her life, her political life at least.
This isn't the first time.
No, this is not the first time. So they'll probably more likely just sweep this under the rug. Something else will happen, right? Everyone will get distracted, and they won't even will look at Nancy Pelosi. It won't be a thing any longer. Never even happened. Well, you know what's happening right now that they're not allowing to sweep under the rug? Mayor Adams. Mayor Adams is in a lot of trouble. And he's saying that he's innocent, right? I wonder, did he say anything about what they were doing to President Trump when President Trump was getting hemmed up by Fat Alvin Braggs, you know, the DA out of New York. I wonder, did he say anything to President Trump? Did he say, President Trump, you know you did this, you know you're wrong, money for Stormy Daniels? Because I don't recall him ever saying anything about it. And as mayor, could he have stepped in at any point and said, look, you've got to end this. You can't do this. He could have. He should have. What they're hemming him up with is the exact same thing that the Bidens did, but the Bidens did on such a large scale. It's too big. It's too big, apparently, for the feds to do anything about it. For the CIA, the DOJ, it's too big for them to do anything about it, because we're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, a lot of money. But Mayor Adams, they get him on a couple of things. And my producer, she was saying, what they're getting him on, what is this, campaign, what do they call it?
Campaign violations.
Campaign violations.
And bribery.
They're saying for him, this is low-hanging fruit, right? Because just like if you do your taxes, they can find out stuff that you've done in your taxes incorrectly. They can find anything in your taxes. Just like this, when people run for political office and they do things, they go certain places, it's low-hanging fruit. Watch this. This was back in the day when he was talking about New York, and just like many of us, I believe this is the reason why they're going after him.
Support. And let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. And everyone is saying it's New York City's problem. Every community in this city is going to be impacted. We had a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted.
And it's all because of what Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the Democrats have done to the city. And New York is not the only city. You have Chicago, you have Oakland, you have San Francisco, you have other blue cities throughout the country that the Democrats have done this to. And we were seeing all the people walking across the border, but these are people that they flew in. They flew these people in. And of course, they bust them in because this was like an invasion on air, in the air, the land, and sea. Because yes, they were coming across over on boats as well. We've been invaded, and the Democrats, they want him out because he actually said something. He said this administration, I was really trying to look for that video that I had earlier, that I saw on him earlier, about how he said this administration, they did this to the United States of America. And they were saying he sounded like Trump because it's true. And now you have people in his own city upset with him. But listen to this one. Here's one with him talking about the indictment right before he received it, saying that the feds are going after him. And he's got to be frustrated. He's got to be irritated because he sees the people in his own party doing worse, doing a lot worse if he's actually did it. But I'm talking about people that we know actually did it, like the Biden crime family.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies. But they would not be surprising. I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became. For months, leaks and rumors have been aimed at me in an attempt to undermine my credibility and paint me as guilty. Just this past week, they searched the home of our new police commissioner, looking for documents from 20 years ago, just 1 week after he joined my administration. Enough. I will fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and my spirit. If I'm charged, I know I am innocent. I will request an immediate trials so the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from. I have been fighting injustice my entire life. That fight has continued as your mayor.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. So after he's been indicted, I want y'all to listen to the people that shows up to a press conference with Mayor Adams. Have you seen this, Shannon? No. Now, you remember earlier I was talking to you that how the black community, for the most part, they're not supporting him. And the reason why I bring the black community up, because every single time you see a black man getting hemmed up by the federal government, they always come out. If he was George Floyd committing crimes, see, this what makes me think that he probably didn't do this. Because if he was an actual criminal like George Floyd, the Clintons, Obamas, the Biden crime family, they wouldn't be going after him. You understand what I'm telling you? See, George Floyd was a hardened criminal. He died because of his criminal activity. And then you had the black people, BLM and Trans-Tifa, they all rioted throughout the streets. But they're not doing that for him. Why not? He is a black man, after all. See, they give Joe Biden a pass for doing what they're claiming he did. There's been actual proof of Joe Biden doing it, the Biden crime family, but nope. It's perfectly fine. They look the other way. And I'm talking specifically about black people that jump up and down about Joe Biden, and now they're not even saying anything about Mayor Adams. Listen to this.
Your policies are anti-black. You are a disgrace to all black people in this city. The things that you have done are unconscionable. You hurt our schools. Our streets are dirty. Our children are harassed by the police. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can shush me all you want, but the people are with us.
You hear this? They're piping mad. They're piping mad. Why? We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is General Mike Flynn, and I'm inviting you to join me on September 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's September 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern. Mark that on your calendars. We'll be live on Patriot TV. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking only to our Patriot TV defenders for an exclusive discussion, a Q&A, if you will. Your presence is crucial as we dive into the matters that shape our great nation. And again, this is only for the Patriot TV. So if you go to patriot.tv, you can register today. There's a banner at the top of the website. You can sign up for September 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern. Together, let's stand strong for America's future. God bless you and God bless America.
Access to these events will be members only. So go to patriot.tv, click on Become a Member. It's fast and easy. Become a member today. Just go to patriot.tv, click on Become a Member, join today.
I'm excited to announce we're having a huge MyPillow spring sale. And here's a few examples. Buy one of our MyPillow 2.0s, you get another MyPillow 2.0 absolutely free. Made with cooling technology, the best pillow ever just got even better. And this just in, 9 brand new colors and styles of our Percale bed sheets. They're made with the finest long staple cotton, and now you can save 50% or more. That's as low as $24.98. And for the first time this year, I'm bringing you our My Slippers and Sandals for as low as $25 a pair. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your MyPillow 2.0s. Buy one, get one free. Percale sheets as low as $24.98. My Slippers and Sandals as low as $25 a pair. And for a limited time, when you order $75 or more, your entire order ships absolutely free.
Imagine a world where your phone works anywhere. No dead zones, no dropped calls. That's what you get when you go to PrepGearPlus.com. The Iridium 9555 satellite phone gives you the freedom to connect from any corner of the globe. Plus, they offer family shared plans with up to 3 phones. Why satellite phones? They're secure, encrypted, and used by the U.S. military, ensuring that your communication is private and reliable. In a time where the cell networks are increasingly vulnerable, the satellite phone is a beacon of stability. Don't believe me? Ask the tens of thousands who were left without service during the AT&T outage, or the heroes in Hawaii who manage emergency situations with just one satellite phone. Get a peace of mind with a network that stands firm when others fail. Visit PrepGearPlus.com or call 855-980-5830 to join the communication revolution. PrepGearPlus.com, where every call is secure and every corner of the earth is covered. And we're back. So Mayor Adams is in trouble. And again, just like I mentioned, if he was, I'm believing that he's innocent, because the only reason why Democrats go after people because they said something that they don't like. But let me ask you this. Is Ukraine part of the United States of America? Is there anyone watching right now that's in support of Ukraine? Do you think that we should send billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine? Well, Zelensky, on your tax dollar, not mine, because I'm not going to give any money to Zelensky, even though they're taking all my money through taxes. But anyways, Zelensky came over from Ukraine to here on the U.S. tax dollar, and he went to a facility that's making bombs and bullets and everything else for the war in Ukraine. And he's also signing it. Y'all seen the videos, right? Well, Karine Jean-Pierre was asked a question about Zelensky showing up because it was a photo op. It's election interference is what it's called. Actually, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, said that the ambassador to the U.S. from Ukraine should be fired because of this stunt that they pulled off. Taxpayer dollars flew him over here. Have you ever seen a world leader? I guess he is a world leader, sadly. Any world leader for that case, come to the United States of America, go to a facility that's making bombs and do a photo op where he's signing it, signing the bombs that they're going to use against other people. Has that ever happened? Is that normal? Is that like everyday business? I don't think that it is. And the reason why they're doing this with Zelensky is because they're trying to get people to support Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris, she will have the war continue. Listen to Karine Jean-Pierre as she's asked a question about Zelensky here in the United States of America signing bombs.
So this was business as usual for a Ukrainian request during wartime. And so we would encourage the House Republicans to drop this. This is a political stunt. They need to drop this.
It's a political stunt, but him showing up with the photo op signing bombs, that's not a political stunt. If that's not a political stunt, what is then? How's that not a political stunt? And she's wanting the Republicans to drop it. You can get her off the screen. She's wanting the Republicans to drop it. She wants Republicans to drop it because they don't want people to know the truth. And I'm pretty sure she hated to have to even talk about that. Well, let me share something else with you, because I have a whole bunch of different stories. And I try to figure out how we can get all these stories crammed in here to this one thing. Now, this one is a tad bit long, but I think it's very important that everyone sees this. When it comes to this election, the 2024 election, or just any election in the United States of America, we have the left and the right, right? You can say the communists, socialists, Democrats on the left, and you can say conservatives, Republicans, Christians on the right. There's atheists and other things on the left. But when you look at the two, who's actually violent? Is it the Democrats that are violent? Is it the Republican side that's violent? Which side, right or left? It's clearly the left. Remember, I just mentioned George Floyd. The Summer of Love, what happened? The left, they went throughout the country, over $2 billion of damage, insurance claims. $2 billion in insurance claims because of what George Floyd and the BLM and Trans-Tifa members did throughout the country. Not only that, you have parents teaching their children to hate President Trump or anyone who supports President Trump. They're labeling them as racist people. Listen to what I'm telling you. Split screen it. This video is going to prove that. CNN goes in and they're talking to children. You know how CNN and you know how they like children. But they're in there talking to children and they're asking them the difference between Kamala Harris and President Trump. Listen to what the children say about Kamala Harris and President Trump. Now, the real catcher is, can they be friends? Can we get along? Watch.
Overall, the biggest finding, the children in the study were polarized, with what researchers called more extreme responses from the blue state kids than the red state kids.
Donald Trump, he did bad things. He's like Hitler.
He only wanted to be president so that he can just control everybody.
Trump is supporting January 6th now. I remember that January 6th was a bunch of Republicans believing Trump I feel like they thought Trump was a god. People got arrested. I think one officer died afterwards. That was a big day.
Could you hear her? She go, saying that the officer died as a result of that, and they're not, I'm pretty sure they didn't even correct these kids at all. They didn't tell them the truth, right? But watch, listen to this. And I'm kind of surprised at the same time that CNN even released this, because look at how Democrats' families are versus Republicans. And let me be clear about something. Especially when it comes to white liberals and black liberals, they're teaching their children to be hateful. But when it comes to white conservatives, white and brown conservatives, they're teaching their children not to be hateful. There is a clear difference, and it shows in this video.
The study found that these Democrat-leaning kids were about 9 times more likely to express negative emotions about Donald Trump than Republican-leaning kids were about Kamala Harris. Why might that be? Psychologist Ashley Landrum has some ideas.
So Donald Trump is a very polarizing figure, and it's very possible that the kids are reacting to their parents reacting to Donald Trump being a very different kind of political figure than what we've seen before. So do the red state kids hold as strong of attitudes? Well, not when we're talking about Kamala Harris. In part, that could be because they don't know that much about her.
Landrum was also curious about how kids saw their peers in the political divide.
So do you think that the kids that live in those two houses would be friends with each other?
They can. There's no law breaking that.
It doesn't matter if you are different by skin color, or it doesn't matter if you are different by people. You can still be friends.
The study found that Republican-leaning kids were more open to visiting a Democrat-supporting household. The Democrat-leaning kids were about 5 times more likely to say they would not want to go to a pro-Trump house.
Would they be okay with you going over to somebody's house who is really supportive of President Trump?
No.
No? And why not?
Because they know that he's not like black people, so they will not be happy to see me.
Would your family let you go over to somebody's house who's really supportive of Donald Trump?
No.
No, they wouldn't?
No.
And why not?
Because, my mom and dad don't like Donald Trump at all. Not a single bit.
Would you be okay going over to somebody's house whose family really likes Kamala Harris?
I think it'd be fine. It's just about the personality of the people.
Would your family be okay if you went over to somebody's house who really liked Donald Trump?
If I want to be real over here, so if I just went over there, I imagine be a good old argument or a fight. Maybe like a food fight or something.
That just clearly shows that Republicans, and I'm going to specifically say white Republicans, are not the ones that are racist. They constantly try to push it and say that white Republicans are racist, constantly racist, and just the opposite. CNN just proved it. And the reason why I played it, because it's proving the point. Why did CNN even release that? Because they're one of the biggest advocates of pushing racial division in the country. One of the biggest. The hatred that we see in the United States of America, it comes from the left. Now, I'm not saying that Republicans can't be hateful, because we're all human. I'm not saying that at all. But the racism, the division that we see in the country because of racism is happening because of the left. The left, they use it every single time they can, especially during election year. All of a sudden, President Trump is racist again, according to the left. They do this every single year when it's election. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Cup is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
Why did we go with the bean form, the whole bean? Because ultimately the powder form is the one that gathers the most moisture. And that means the more potential mold development. This is actually organic, mold-free certified. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
Make the healthy choice for you and your family. Try mold-free, pesticide-free, and it's organic, delicious Kingdom Cup coffee. And it's available now at the Patriot TV store. Go to patriot.tv and click on store. You'll find Kingdom Cup coffee in the health and wellness section. Order Kingdom Cup coffee at the Patriot TV store now.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
Do we have a link for that?
And we're back, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. Okay, look, check this out. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they've done a lot of damage to the United States of America for the past 3.5 years, going on 4. And they want us to believe that didn't happen. Like, don't pay attention to the past 3.5 years. Pretend, and this is the way they're pushing this, pretend that everything that is bad has happened to us in the past 3.5 years. Blame it on President Trump. He's the reason why you're miserable right now. Not because of what they've done, not because of what they're doing, but because of President Trump. Listen to this clip, and President Trump actually posted this. He actually posted this on X, and he put it on True Social. Or I think he put it on True Social, but I know for sure he posted on X. You can leave it split screen. It's a really short clip. I want y'all to listen to what Kamala Harris says. This is what she says. This is what we need to do. Now, let me remind you. She has it in her head that everything that we're going through is not their fault. It's President Trump's fault.
We need to guard that spirit. We have to guard that spirit.
No, this is not the one. This is not the one, Shannon. It's the one where she's telling everyone. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's the same background. Sorry. Here we go.
We just need to move past the failed policies that we have proven don't work.
We need to move past the failed policies that have been proven not to work. So do you think going with her would be going past those failed policies? This is the reason why President Trump put it out there. And then I guess let me go to this one here, because here's another one with her just being completely not there. Listen.
We need to guard that spirit. We have to guard that spirit. Let it always inspire us. Let it always be the source of our optimism.
So what is she talking about? Do you have a clue what she's talking about? We have to guard that spirit. What spirit is that? Because she has a demonic spirit in her. I'm going to be straight up with you. Nothing about her is good. She's an evil woman.
I mean, she says optimism, but yeah. She keeps talking about this spirit thing, right? She's talking about, we have the spirit of optimism, and we have the spirit of, wanting to excel. And
and then she's also including America, right? Knowing good and well they don't like America.
I mean,
yeah. Listen.
Which is that spirit that is so uniquely American. And let that then inspire us by helping us to be inspired to solve the problems that so many face, including our small business owners.
So that's her economic plan. I mean, at least I guess it changed, right? She's talking about the spirit now. Your spirit is what's gonna fix the economy, right? This is nothing but word salad. This is 100% word salad. But as we're sitting here watching Kamala Harris, you can get it off the screen. As we're sitting here watching Kamala Harris, no one is buying it except for those over on MSDNC or CNN. Of course, they're buying it. I want to torch y'all just a little bit here if I can. Listen to Morning Joe. Listen to Morning Joe as he's talking about Kamala Harris versus President Trump. Something's wrong with these people.
Well, I mean, again, for people that are claiming she didn't go deep enough in policy, I would ask them to look at every presidential campaign over the past 100 years, other than maybe Hillary Clinton's, who put position papers up just constantly on her website. Didn't do a lot of good, as she has said herself recently. But you look at the direction, and she's talking about the direction she's going to go with policies, and she says she's going to be a middle-class capitalist. She's doing what I've wanted Republicans and Democrats to do for a very long time. And instead of obsessing on tax cuts for billionaires and multinational corporations, she's obsessing on middle-class capitalism, what she's talking about, and that is the creation of small businesses, helping people get into homes because they're having difficulty getting into homes, child tax credit, all of these things that, again, are good, sensible, middle-class policies that'll help build and grow the middle class.
So help me understand. And I'm going to repeat something that we've all heard for the last, month and a half. Why hasn't she done it already? What have they been doing for the past 3.5 years? This is so irritating to me because Kamala Harris and these idiots here are saying, look, the economy is in shambles. Everything is basically destroyed by them. The Democrats. So vote for us and we'll fix it. I mean, that's what they're saying. It's kind of like the whole thing, and I mentioned it last night, the whole thing with the price gouging with the groceries. There hasn't been just a big price gouging taking place. The reason why groceries are up because of the inflation that the left created. And Kamala Harris keeps saying that, you vote me in and I'll make sure I'll fight the price gouging in the grocery stores. They created the problem. They could have already fixed it. They didn't want to fix it. They don't want to fix it.
Which is what conservatives and Republicans have always wanted to do. But what I find so striking, Jackie, is there are two standards. You've got Kamala Harris, and they're going, wait, what is the long-term impact of this, and why hasn't she talked about the next round of quantitative easing? Well, Donald Trump burps, and everybody laughs and goes, oh, man, he tells it like it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the beneficiary of what the Bush brothers used to call the soft bigotry of low expectations. People don't expect anything from Donald Trump, so he gets a free pass. And then you have people going on TV shows and writing editorials going, oh, my God, when is Kamala Harris going to get out and talk to America on policy issues as much as Donald Trump? And it is laughable. It is a joke.
So they're saying President Trump gets a free pass. And Kamala Harris is not getting a free pass.
Yeah, that's so absurd because
how is that even the case?
Literally, she doesn't answer questions.
No.
They protect her all the time. After her interview last night, the guy that was with her, with Stephanie, he was praising her. And then on another interview, Stephanie admitted, well, she didn't answer the question. You know what I mean? So it's so weird how media is trying to sell her. Because she's not selling herself, right? She's not making her own case. So as people come out and make it seem like, well, but she really is, people. You just don't see it. She'll just be so much better. She'll be so wonderful. That's what that's what the media does.
Yes.
They're there to deceive us, make you feel like
Vote-
you're making
vote
the
for
right
us.
decision by voting for her.
Vote for us and we'll fix what we destroyed.
There was literally a person that came. I was watching one thing. I didn't get it, but the guy was going, most of the media is right wing people. I'm like, what
That was Mark Cuban.
Come on now.
That was Mark Cuban.
There's not a single.
Most of the media. He's talking about
It's not
ABC,
right-wing.
CBS, NBC, CNN, MSDNC, the whole Alphabet Network soup group, and he's saying that they're conservative. This dude is a nut job. Hey, let me share something with y'all. This is something. Can we put it up on the screen? This is a deck, right? This is a deck that we have on the patriot.tv. It's a deck of cards. And these deck of cards have President Trump in them, have Fat Alvin Braggs. They have so many different politicians in these deck of cards. The Joker. The Joker is, who's the Joker? Jack Beep Smith. You know what the beep is, right? Jack Smith is the Joker. And it comes in a hard case like this with this beautiful coin attached to it. I know it's kind of hard to see. You can see it there on the website. So use promo code FOCUS. Use promo code FOCUS and get one of these beautiful coin deck of cards. Beautiful gift for Christmas. Think about it. It's a beautiful gift for Christmas. And at the same time, you're helping Will Johnson and you'll be supporting the network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Exclusively for you, we have the Adventures Canvas Hat. It's heavy-duty cotton canvas with a wide brim and natural fraying for a unique look. This hat is perfect for the beach or hiking. Also check out our custom-made polyester satin scarves, exclusive patterns handcrafted in Minnesota. And for the men, premium American Bison Buffalo leather wallet. Single-fold wallet, 3 pockets for cards and cash. Go to uniteamericafirst.com and select the merch tab to shop.
Looking to give your wardrobe an upgrade? Well, look no further. Here at God Country & Kin, we've got you covered from head to toe, from shoulder to shoulder, and everything in between. Introducing our brand new Patriotic Collection, designed to display your patriotic spirit with a stylish look that's sure to turn heads. And the best part is, you don't have to break the bank to be your best you. Why wait? Visit us online or in-store today and elevate your style with God Country & Kin. God Country & Kin, where patriotism meets style. Shop now. Visit the Patriot TV store and look for the God Country Kin banner to find the perfect outfit, shirt, accessory, or maybe a great hat.
You can totally see yourself rocking this hat. I know you can. And check out all the great stuff we've got to show your patriotism at patriot.tv.store. Click that link above that says store and join me there at the Patriot TV store.
Let me ask you a question. What would happen if Iran hacked Kamala Harris's campaign and then took that data and shared it with the Trump campaign? What would happen? Kind of like what they were saying, Russia hacked the DNC and supposedly gave that information over to the Trump campaign. They did a whole investigation. They created a team to go after President Trump because he was colluding with Putin. Russia. Remember that? Well, now, hold on, before I say this, all of that was fraudulent. Now, did Russia do some hacking? Possibly, but they never actually showed it because they never would share the servers. Remember, the FBI was saying, well, give us the servers that they hacked. And the DNC said, no, we can't give you the servers. At least that's what I remember. But now we know for a fact that it happened where Iran hacked the Trump campaign and they gave the information to the Harris camp. They should have immediately handed it over to the FBI and formed President Trump's campaign. To my understanding, they still have that data. And the FBI is not pressing them for it. At least that's the last thing that I saw about it. Why not? Well, listen to Jim Jordan as he's laying all this out. This is disturbing. So we can go ahead and say that Iran is doing election interference for the help of the Democrat Party, where they lied and said Russia was doing it for President Trump.
How about the real threats?
The real threat of Iran, who said they want to assassinate President Trump. Iran, who's behind the attacks on our best friend, the state of Israel. Iran, who hacked President Trump's campaign, got a 271-page dossier on vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance that they put together when they were vetting who was going to be the VP, and leaked it to the Harris campaign. And then it winds up in the press. How about that real threat? And we're trying to get answers from the FBI, and we haven't got any yet. When did they get it? When did they know about this? Did they give President Trump a defensive briefing? This is Iran, for goodness sake. That's a real threat versus all this talk from the left about President Trump. When President Trump was in office, Iran wasn't behind attacks on Israel. Didn't happen. Russia wasn't in Ukraine. I mean, that is a real threat. And they're going after a president. Makes no sense. I want to know how that got hacked. Because if it had been reversed, Sean, if it would have been, Iran hacks the Harris campaign and gave a 271-page dossier on Tim Walz to the Trump campaign, and it wound up in the press, oh my God, there ought to be a special counsel. So that's the real threat, and they can say all they want, but I think the American people see through it all.
Not all of them, because there's a lot of Democrats that were like, fine. If there's actually information on J.D. Vance and President Trump that they hand over to the Harris campaign, they said it's free game. And they're all going to say this. Well, President Trump worked with Russia. Was never true. And they're going to say, well, this is fair game. This is politics. And he's right. They would, oh my goodness, they would be going after them like no tomorrow if this was the case. They would bring up another dossier. They really would. But in this case, nope, they're not doing that. Let me share something else with you before we run out of time here. And this is extremely important. This is about an FBI agent that is retiring. And I'm going to have to play this from the beginning. And it's really long. It's not really long, but the reason why I want to play this, because this FBI agent, he was an analyst, and he would look into stuff that will predict things that might happen and tell people to get ready for X, Y, Z. He tells the American people right now to buy bullets. Have you ever known for an FBI agent sitting in front of the Congress and telling people, the American people, to buy bullets, get food, get water? Have you ever heard of that? I've never heard of it. So I'm going to share it with you. I've been talking about this all day.
And everybody in the minority party, they're fearing what Donald Trump would do in the next administration, while they sit here and they look at the guy who's been persecuted by the FBI. And everybody in the room understands it. Mr. Allen, do you have comments you wish to make? I'll give you about a minute and a half, and then I want to turn the rest of my time to Mr. Jordan.
Yes, sir. I would just say that I consider the hearing today my last act of service as a public servant for the United States of America. And I'll give you my professional opinion. I was an intel professional for our country for many years, and I would give recommendations, and I'd also look at indications and warnings. So I would offer this to the American people as my warning to them. Since this is a warning to the American people, I say, I personally have no confidence that the FBI will rein in its own conduct. I've been persecuted along with Garrett, Steve and Kyle, and countless other whistleblowers. It is my opinion that the Bureau used reprisal and fear to control the workforce. It has been a seemingly effective tactic. I personally believe that there are no current effective checks and balances against them conducting lawless action with any type of correction in a legitimate time frame. I welcome the work of the IG, but I think any type of lawless action, there's no legitimate time frame to rein them back in. Their ability to overclassify information can allow them to stonewall forever. To the American people, you have a duty as a citizen to vote, and I strongly urge you to do so. It's how you participate in the American experience. I know people have doubts about election integrity, but you must vote. It is your claim. Stake your claim and don't forfeit it willingly. Have your voice heard.
Let me stop it really quick. Can you hear it in his voice? I mean, this is so, this is the FBI we're talking about. And if you're listening to his voice, he's just like want to break down, and you can tell he's just like really on the edge saying what he's saying. Now listen to what he says here. It's really important because he's telling the American people, you better get ready. These people, they're going to try to cheat. They're going to try to do everything they can in this election. We're already seeing it. It's already happening. Listen to what he says.
My other recommendations are in the natural order. First, vote. The second is the Second Amendment. Arm yourself and know how to defend yourself. Make 3 to 4 friends in your neighborhood and promise to come to each other's mutual aid in times of hardship. And during the Great Depression, people stocked up a pantry. So I think that's a good practice, especially in our economic times, and make sure you have 3 to 4 months of food. And as a person of faith, I'd say pray the rosary, go to the First Friday devotions. That's for everybody, all my brothers and sisters of all faiths, and I know I'm Catholic, and read the gospel of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and live it every day. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for the time.
I mean, just wow. He's telling people, get ready. And you know what it made me think about? He's telling people, when your neighbors, go ahead and start creating the militia. The militia is we the people. You don't have to go sign up. You don't have to go report in somewhere. You don't have to say that you're a lieutenant, second lieutenant, or you're a soldier, whatever. You are already in the militia. If you believe in the U.S. Constitution, you're already in it. You don't have to go ask someone to be in it. You're already in it. Show me where it says that if you're going to be a well-regulated militia. That's what the left goes on. Oh, it says well-regulated militia. Well, the country's regulated. You can go down to a gun store right now and buy arms. You can buy weapons. The regulated part comes in, you get with your neighbors, but you're already part of the militia. Don't allow these Democrats to tell you otherwise. And it's not to say that you need to do this so you can go out and be violent, because that's what the left wants. That's what they're waiting on Will Johnson to say. Will Johnson told people to go out and do X, Y, Z to other people. I've never said it, never will. Just like Mr. Allen, just like he said, prepare to defend your family. Protect your family. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. You only have one life. And according to the Democrats, they're going to do everything they can to take it. They don't care how you feel about any of it. They're going to come. The Democrats have an agenda for this country, and you are not part of that agenda. You're not. Let's just be real about it. They're already trying to assassinate President Trump twice that we are aware of, right? Twice. And I'm going to go ahead and say it again. It's the left that's trying to assassinate President Trump. I can care less that all the Democrats signed off in both the House and the Senate to make sure that President Trump has more security. The only reason why they did that is so that they would not look like they were guilty of it when they all want President Trump gone. They all want him gone. So when they're not able to get to President Trump, who do you think is next? He just told you to prepare. I've told you to prepare. You've heard it from other people to tell you to prepare. The time is now for everybody to prepare for what's to come. Go to patriot.tv. Use promo code FOCUS at the store. Promo code FOCUS at patriot.tv. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Tomorrow's Friday. I will open up the phone line. So if you want to give me a call, holler at me.
Former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael Flynn pleaded guilty today to lying to the FBI.
He was one of the most respected generals in the military. Every American needs this historical DVD keepsake. Flynn delivered the truth, whatever the cost. Hand signed by General Michael Flynn. Order now at the Patriot TV store. Use promo code PTV at checkout to get special savings. The Patriot TV store, a secure, hassle-free shopping experience.
I'm excited to announce we're having a huge MyPillow spring sale, and here's a few examples. Buy one of our MyPillow 2.0s, you get another MyPillow 2.0 absolutely free. Made with cooling technology, the best pillow ever just got even better. And this just in, 9 brand new colors and styles of our Percale bed sheets. They're made with the finest long staple cotton, and now you can save 50% or more. That's as low as $24.98. And for the first time this year, I'm bringing you our My Slippers and Sandals for as low as $25 a pair. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get your MyPillow 2.0s. Buy one, get one free. Percale sheets as low as $24.98. My Slippers and Sandals as low as $25 a pair. And for a limited time, when you order $75 or more, your entire order ships absolutely free.
Attention business owners, are you ready to advertise to millions of loyal patriots ready to buy your products or services? Well, here is your golden opportunity to advertise with Will Johnson. When you advertise on Right on Focus, you've aligned your company with a trusted voice and connected with an audience that shares your values. Will delivers sharp commentary on politics and current events, offering clear and direct insights aimed at engaging and informing the audience. When you advertise on Right on Focus, you're aligning your brand with integrity, loyalty, and a dedication to truth. Will's audience is passionate, conservative, and committed to the values your business stands for. When given the choice, Will's followers will buy your product or service over other woke companies. Don't miss this opportunity to elevate your brand with the power of Patriot TV. Reach out to us today at advertise@patriot.tv.